Okay, so you've been wondering about Bitcoin.
Reaching $85,000 by the end of 2024.
Right.
We're going to unpack that.
Yeah.
We're going to look at the signals, the forces at play, what it could all mean for you.
What's interesting here is this isn't just some, random guess.
Right.
There's a confluence of factors right now that make it a serious possibility for examining.
So not just hype,
Yeah.
there's substance.
Exactly.
For this prediction.
One of the most significant drivers is the Federal Reserve's recent interest rate cut.
Okay.
This move has ripple effects far beyond just Wall Street,
Right.
reaching into the world of crypto as well.
Okay. Help me connect the dots.
Sure.
How does the Fed cutting interest rates
Impact Bitcoin.
when returns on traditional investments,
Right.
like savings accounts and bonds, shrink? Investors get antsy.
They do.
They start hunting for assets with the potential for higher returns, even if it means taking on more risk.
Yeah.
That's where Bitcoin's allure as a high growth.
Although volatile asset comes in.
So it's like investors are shifting their focus, looking for opportunities where their money can grow faster. And Bitcoin fits that bill.
Precisely.
And we're seeing this play out in real time.
Okay.
Right after the recent rate cut, over $284 million flowed into Bitcoin.
Wow.
This signals a shift in investor sentiment.
Okay.
A growing belief that Bitcoin could be a winning bet in this new financial landscape.
It's fascinating how these macroeconomic moves by the Fed can have such a direct impact on what's happening in the crypto market.
So we've got this rate cut potentially driving investors towards Bitcoin.
What other pieces of the puzzle are we looking at here?
We've talked about investor psychology.
Right.
But is there a way to actually, gauge the mood of the crypto market?
Like some kind of sentiment barometer?
There is. There is.
Right.
It's called the Fear and Greed Index.
Okay.
And it essentially measures how optimistic or pessimistic investors are feeling about the market at any given time.
So if the Fear and Greed Index is pointing towards greed,
that means investors are feeling bullish, ready to take on more risk for potential reward.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right now, the index sits kind of in neutral territory.
Okay.
But think about what happens if we see another interest rate cut, which a lot of analysts are predicting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are anticipating.
The anticipation alone could be a catalyst.
Right.
Investors might start piling into Bitcoin.
Driving up the price, pushing that fear and greed index further toward greed.
A self-fulfilling prophecy in a way.
Precisely. It becomes a loop.
Yeah.
Positive news, like another rate cut.
Fuels optimism, which then encourages more investment.
Right.
And so on and so on.
Okay.
And on top of that, there's another key factor.
Influencing Bitcoin's trajectory.
Okay.
Its limited supply.
Right.
The digital gold argument.
Exactly.
Only 21 million will ever exist.
That's right.
So if demand increases while supply remains capped.
Basic economics tells us the price should go up.
You got it.
Right.
Supply and demand. It's a fundamental principle of scarcity driving value.
Okay.
And this is further amplified by the actions
of major players like MicroStrategy, who continue to add Bitcoin to their balance sheets.
They're essentially betting big on Bitcoin's future.
Yep.
Further shrinking the available supply for everyone else.
That's right.
And it's not just companies.
Even El Salvador
adopted Bitcoin as legal tender.
Right, El Salvador, yeah. What does that tell you?
I think it signals a growing acceptance
of Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class.
Okay.
We're witnessing a paradigm shift.
Where countries are diversifying their reserves with Bitcoin.
Wow.
So
it's like we're all early to the party.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Very much so.
But let's get back to our initial question.
Could all this really push Bitcoin to $85,000 by the end of next year?
What?
While we can't say for certain, the elements are in place for such a surge.
Right.
We have increasing demand, fueled by this shift in investor sentiment, a potential loosening of monetary policy by the Fed, and the underlying scarcity of Bitcoin itself.
It's not just a pipe dream then.
No.
There are very real forces at work that could make this a reality.
Very real.
But as you said earlier,
nothing is guaranteed in the world of crypto.
Absolutely.
Bitcoin is still a young asset class.
Yeah.
And it's inherently volatile.
Right.
There will be ups and downs along the way.
For sure, for sure.
But here's what I find so compelling.
Yeah.
Even for those who aren't ready to jump into the world of Bitcoin just yet, understanding these trends.
Yeah.
The interplay between traditional finance and crypto.
It's like gaining a whole new perspective on how the world works.
I couldn't agree more.
Right.
We're witnessing the evolution of finance.
In real time.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin is at the forefront of this change.
So exciting. It's an exciting time to be paying attention.
Yeah, it is.
But it does beg the question.
Uh-huh.
If countries are starting to adopt Bitcoin,
yeah.
large corporations are adding it to their balance sheets.
Could we see a future where Bitcoin becomes more than just an investment?
Right.
Could it become everyday money?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And
it likely depends on how these trends continue to unfold.
Okay.
Will we see wider adoption? Will governments create more regulatory clarity?
Right.
These are the developments to watch for.
In the coming months and years.
Okay, so for you, our listener,
the takeaway is clear.
Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just starting to dip your toes into this world, staying informed is key.
Absolutely.
And hopefully this deep dive has given you plenty to consider as you navigate the exciting landscape of Bitcoin and beyond.
It has.
Keep exploring out there.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
Sounds